Hello, everyone. Welcome to Claret and Booze. God. Post-match review. Going to talk about a fair bit here. I've also got a call coming once I've done the review from SportsX. You all enjoyed that last time, and he's got a little bit that he wants to share with us as well, which you're probably going to find very, very interesting. But before I get going, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and don't forget, drop a like on the video. I'm doing this now because I really don't want to talk about this tomorrow. I was contemplating not doing it. Supposed to be at the game today. Wasted 2 hours being stuck in traffic on the first the A10 and the M25. Ended up getting back about an hour before the game because I had to turn around. Was never going to get there. So, bit of a blessing in disguise, I think, really. Still would have liked to have done it. It's nice to have a day out with me boy, but my God, the lineup. Yeah, Potts. He's clearly never gonna get Potts. I mean, this player that we're linked with now, once Alvarez went out, you would have thought Potts would have been given a go as a holding midfielder. But look, anyone's gonna die in that midfield. They are, the death pairing of James Ward-Prowse and Souček. Whichever third man goes in there, if it's not Declan Rice, they're just gonna look shit. They are. So maybe we're just saving Potts. Maybe it's good for him to not be in there. But Guido had a bit of a nightmare today, gave away that penalty, didn't he? Areola as well, another one. He had a bit of a nightmare. But yeah, we started with what was the team now? So it was the same shape, So clearly Aaron Wan-Bissaka was the reason that Potter's system failed in the last game. He's been punished. He's been dropped. Kyle Walker-Peters came in on the right-hand side. We had Todibo, Mavropanos and Aguirre at the back with Areola in goal. Diouf at left back, and then we had Rodriguez, Jedwood, Paqueta, and just Bowen up front on his own. Who just looks lost. He had a few chances, a few half chances in the first half, but it was a bit of a non-event. I thought it was quite dull in the first half. It was just boring. I just felt like I was just sat there watching. Even when they scored, just nothing. It was like I felt like a neutral. Like I was watching Tottenham Chelsea or something. I don't know what's happening to me, honestly, with this lot. I'm trying to sort of keep myself motivated with it, but I can feel my love of West Ham at the minute. It's ebbing away. The passion side of it as well, which is shit, really is. Second half comes out, no changes whatsoever. And we have a good little spell. We go 2-1 up. Good goal from Souček. Kyle Walker-Peters whips the ball in. Souček, good header at the back post. And then another moment later in the game, Bowen whips a lovely, delicious cross in, diving header from Paqueta. 2-1. Well, then Wolves decide to start putting on some first-team players. Because we were playing against a Wolves team that had made 8 changes. There was only 3 players in that team that featured against Bournemouth at the weekend. That was their B team. They threw on a few of their key players, a few of their proper players. Turned up the intensity, the tempo. That's it. It's done. We're done. We look all right when the game's being played at our tempo. We in control, slow, basically. But the minute a team comes out and decides to play at Premier League speed, we're fucked. And yes, there were errors from Areola. But if it weren't Areola, it would have been Mavropanos. If it weren't Mavropanos, it would have been Todibo. It would have been Kilman. We play in such a way where we invite individual errors. We were inviting pressure onto ourselves. They were going to score. They were. And all Potter was doing was just sitting there. He was just sitting there. They're growing more into the game. They're penning us back. From the time that we scored that second goal, something like 60% of the ball was in our half in Wolves' possession. It was a ridiculous stat. It was coming. They was going to, and he did nothing. And he's cutting the figure. It's hard. I mean, I can't feel sorry for him because he's driving me fucking mad, the bloke. But he looks broken. We're 3 games into a season. He looks broken, devastated, finished. And of course, Strand Larsen comes off the bench, a proper striker. We're 2-1 down. Areola makes a fuck up. He did for the first one as well, really, you know, because I think for the penalty, where it came back off the post, he probably should have done better with the penalty. And then, I don't know what he did with that second goal. He just went down and tried to catch it, hit his knee, I think, bounced straight back out to Strand Larsen, who buries it. And the third goal, yeah, just shit. I can't even be asked to pick it apart. We're just a shit team. The minute another team decides to come at us, what is the point in hanging on and to see what happens at Nottingham Forest? And it's like me going, sag him now, being all excited. Do you know what? I'm thinking about being humane. The geezer's done. What is the point in taking this team, even with another midfielder or two, to Nottingham Forest? It's going to make no difference. It ain't going to make any fucking difference. He's insisting on playing this system, what don't work. And when it don't work, he punishes certain individual players, takes pieces out, puts new pieces in, because it can't possibly be the master plan from the summer. The geezer ain't got a clue. He's our worst ever manager. This bloke is our worst ever manager. I've never seen anything like this. He was going to bring Irving on at one point. He was, wasn't he? Do you remember? I think it was just before we scored, before Souček scored. He was going to bring Irving on to get us into the game. You know, just pull us through. I can't even take this seriously anymore. This is bullshit. What's happened to us? It's disgusting. What happened at the end of the game as well? So look, I'm done with the game there, right? So fast forward to the end of the game. You got Jared Bowen goes over to clap the fans as he always does. Obviously, someone said something. He's gone fucking mental. Jared Bowen's had to be held back from jumping over the hoardings to get to the fans. So it looks like our fans have lost a plot. I'm not going to criticise the fans, although we shouldn't be turning on on Bowen. He's the last player that we should be turning on. But someone's definitely said something he's took exception to. And he's gone to have a go at him. This is fucked. Bowen's one of the most nice, mild-mannered players that you could ever wish to have. And just, what is the point, Sullivan? What the fuck are you doing? And also, as well, they're doubling down, like we've said as well. On what planet? First of all, would a club back a manager after the 6 months that Potter had? Where would that happen? Well, they have. Whether you think they've backed him or not, they have. They've got rid of players that he didn't want. Kudus, he didn't want because he ain't playing with wingers anymore. And he thought he could use the money to rebuild and bring players like Diofin and Hermansen. And this player that we're apparently signing from Monaco now for another 20 million. Who's just coincidentally a CDM. That's going to take Potts' fucking role. Looks all right. He looks like a decent player. But this is a kid that didn't play much last year. And one of the main complaints with Alvarez was the amount of yellow cards he has. Well, Alvarez had, what? He had 7 yellow cards last year and 1 red. This he had 12. Didn't play hardly any minutes. He had 12 yellow cards and a fucking red as well. And that is in a functional team with a functional midfield in a less intensive league. What we're going to do? Plonk him in the middle of James Ward-Prowse and Souček so he's stretched and he starts getting desperate. What the fuck? We're scattergunning. Look at all the targets that we're after. None of them are the same. Sullivan's panicking because the protest has picked up a head of steam. We're almost at 13,000 now. And do you know what? It should be even higher. It probably, by the time we get to the game at the weekend, we probably should be at nearly 20. To reflect what is happening at this club, and fans are finally waking up to it. But Sullivan can panic, but this ain't going to help us. It ain't. There's no plan to what Sullivan's doing. He's just going to go out there and buy players. That's what he's doing. I mean, we've signed Hermansen, a player. Look, I didn't want him. I thought our money should have been spent elsewhere, but we've bought him now. We've spent 18 million on him. So we've got to make it work. Well, it looks like now we're linked with Anana, John Victor. We're going to throw Hermansen in the bin now. Right? We're going to burn another 18 million now. We're going to ignore that the problems. It's more than the parts. It's not the players. Sullivan, you thick bastard. This is the price you pay for getting in useless fucking managers that don't suit the group of players that you've got. Doing constant perpetual rebuilds. So you end up with partial parts of teams all pieced together. This is what you end up with. And what do you do now? How do you sell this to someone? And I'm hearing that you're going to go out, you're going to sell Paqueta. Are you fucking mental? Do you want us to go down? I've seen some people say Fernandes will replace him. Are you mad? He was the main creator for the team that went down in almost record fashion. Do you know what I mean? I'm sure he's a decent player, but there's decent, and then there's Brazil's number 8, because he's been called up again. And you know that's where they're going to fucking play him. So are we going to get rid of like the last bit of stardust from the team? And then what, Bowen? Because without Bowen, and without particularly Bowen, but without Bowen and Paqueta, we are fucked. You're going to roll the dice and hope that these new players that you bring in are going to be more revolutionary than what Diouf, who hasn't been impressive. He was all right today, but these ain't groundbreaking players, are they? Hermansen, no. There's players, and then there's fucking players. We've been privileged to have some fucking amazing players over the past year, but not once have we had a manager that knew what to fucking do with them. I've always said it. Michelin-starred ingredients, McDonald's fucking chefs. It's the most important ingredient. Look what Glasner's done at Palace. He took a team that was shit. Under Roy Hodgson, they looked terrible. They looked awful. They even sold Elise out from underneath him. He still fucking got a tune out of them. Made all the players better. We had a conversation the other night. Asked, which player has Potter actually improved? There ain't one. He's been here 7-8 months. Ain't improved a single fucking player. And you're telling me you want to give him because you're patient and you don't like sacking managers. So you want to bin players, lose money on players, get rid of them on the whim of a bloke that's fucking finished. It doesn't make any sense. None of it makes any sense. He shouldn't have been here in the summer anyway. You should have got rid of him based on what he did. And based on what he's done in the first 2 games, discounting this one, you can't be going, oh, Graham wants to get rid of Alvarez. Let's loan him out for 2 million. Graham don't like that player. Graham don't like that player. Let's get rid of him. Let's buy this player in that Graham likes. Are you fucking mad? And then what? You're going to get rid of him and lumber some other manager with a fucking team that Graham Potter's cobbled together when he was never ever going to last anyway. This geezer's done. He looks like he's on the verge of a nervous breakdown. And that ain't me taking the piss. I was looking at him today. He looks fucked. He's broken. The man is broken. So like I said, put him out of his fucking misery. Let him go and fucking recuperate away from football. He can't do it no more. Not at this level. Certainly not for a club like West Ham. It's an absolute fucking joke. It's a mess. It's a disgrace. What's happening? What they're doing? This is like the worst thing ever. What we're having to go through here. We're 2 games into a season talking about a manager that's been given 2 games left. Make it make fucking sense. And we've got our absolutely dickhead chairman going out there as our director of football now with all of these fucking intermediaries, you know, Will Salthouse, Barry Silkman, all these others. And he's just trying to fucking he's just hammering bids in for everything because he's panicking, because he knows he's fucked up. Sullivan knows he's fucked up, and what he's doing now is he's rolling the dice. There is no strategy to what we're doing now. This is dangerous. Sullivan at the moment is dangerous for this club. He needs to be fucking stopped. Look what happened in the last summer where we just went out and spent 140 million on a load of randoms. Look how that set us back for this summer. Someone needs to fucking lock him in the cupboard or something. It's ridiculous. So yeah, I know we've got a player coming in. I know people get excited about getting, but surely after the last window, you got to be a little bit more fucking apprehensive and just look at the players we've just bought. Fuck me, go for them. Hermansen, let's be honest, shit. So far, shit. Diouf, meh, underwhelming. Is he better than Emerson? Is he? I'm not so sure. Downgrade, if you ask me. So we've swapped Cresswell and Emerson for Diouf. Nothing against the lad, but it ain't an upgrade. We've got fucking Callum Wilson. He came on again tonight. I particularly enjoyed his, contribution for 5 minutes for 90 fucking grand. Yeah, anyone that's in the chat, if you're from another club, apparently what West Ham have done We've got Callum Wilson, which is bollocks, by the way. It is bollocks. But apparently, so they're telling us, we've got him on a 6 or 7 grand a week retainer deal, and every time he comes on, he gets 90 grand. Well, fuck me. He's come on for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes in every game. He's done nothing, like we all said he was going to do nothing. And to be fair to him, what do you want him to do? What the fuck do you want Callum Wilson to do in this team? What do you want Fulkrug to do? What do you want any of them to do? When we did have a period of play where we're controlling the game here, it's really, really good. Passing the ball about between our back three. We go up the left. Oh, no, can't go that way. Let's pass it back, all the way back, fucking across our back three. Go up the right. Oh, no, can't go that way. Let's go back again. Once, I saw James Ward-Prowse running down the right wing today as fast as I've ever seen him run with the ball. Towards their own fucking goal. He was being chased. I've never seen James Ward-Prowse run so fast with the ball running towards our fucking goal. Honestly, we're fucked. All jokes aside, we're fucked. You can't even make a joke out of it anymore. It's beyond a joke. It's pointless football. We're a pointless fucking team at the moment. We've got a pointless manager. We've got an absolute pointless fucking board. All of them. Collectively. Even Kretinsky. I mean, what the fuck are you, mate? What's the point in you? You're doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. You're just letting this geezer do what he wants and drive, even if you just done it, you came into it as an investment. What are you doing? It's killing the club. It is like we're being prepared for relegation. And I'm not going to get stuck into any of the players in this team. I'm not. None of them. Not Souček, not James. Oh, no, I just have with James Ward-Prowse. James Ward-Prowse, not Rodriguez, not even fucking Areola. I'm not. You know, we're a mess. These players, all of them, are not as bad as we are making them look. Every single player in that team, you know, they're all better than we're making them look. We make everyone look shit. Kudus was shit last year, wasn't he? He was rubbish, wanker. Overrated. Get rid of him. We just everything that this club touches turns to shit. I don't blame the players. I think it's a travesty. If Paqueta does go, then I'm sorry. I feel devastated for Bowen because that geezer made the biggest mistake of his life signing that fucking 7-year contract. He will have signed that contract on the same promise that Alvarez and Kudus signed. It was a Tim Steiten project, you know, apparently. Whatever it was, it convinced him to sign that long-term project. What a fuck-up he made. Honestly, we're killing his career. Our most important player that's probably kept us in this league a few of the seasons that he's been here. We're destroying him. And we haven't made him. Bowen was going to go on and make it wherever he went. He was a good player. He was like the best player in the championship when we signed him. But he's been such an important player for us and so loyal and so hard-working, and we are taking the piss. We are. We should be, to keep players like that, you've got to be building around them and showing them that they've made the right choice in staying with you, showing them that they've made... We ain't doing that. We're taking the piss out of him. We're just keeping him here to appease fans. Because we're not even playing him in his... We was playing him as a centre-forward on his own tonight. It's a fucking disgrace. The two best players from last year. This is our manager in a nutshell. We was shit last year, but we had two standout players, Jared Bowen and Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Well, he's created a system which has taken them out of the game and made them both shit. So he's created a system that has taken the two players that were doing all right last year. He's fixed that. Now they're shit as well. Everyone's shit. Now look, this ain't Areola. This ain't Hermansen. This is poor man management from start to finish. When Hermansen first came in, he'd been here for 4 days. Can't have got to know the defence or the way that we play. He's completely and utterly disrespected a French international keeper by going, right, that's it, I've got my keeper in there. Fuck you, you're on the bench. So he's pissed Areola off, who was already disgruntled, and it's going to knock a keeper's confidence when you know that you're not wanted. But he's binned him straight away, brought Hermansen in. Hermansen's shit now. Goalkeepers are all about confidence. He's shot to pieces. They've had against Hermansen 8 shots, 11 shots on goal. 8 of them have gone in. He's conceded 8 in 3 games. But Areola today was no better, was he? He was awful. We're fucked. We're linked with Anana again. We're linked to, I was saying it earlier on. What is the fucking point? Sullivan is just gonna fucking kill this club. But look, anyway, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna calm myself down. I'm gonna sort my phone out, and I'm gonna phone SportsX. So that's the match review over. Yeah, we'll get X to give us some insight in what's going on. Well, I don't know what he wants to talk about actually. I know he's annoyed because he's trying to push us some fucking good players. Yeah, he is. I've been sent through links of these players that he's trying to bring into the club that they're fucking ignoring. It's infuriating. And these are players that we could actually sign. But there you go. It's not being done by fucking Willie Mackay or fucking Paul Whitehouse, whoever it is. It might as well be Paul Whitehouse. Right, let's see if my phone works. 1 minute. Give us a minute, people. Right, let's see if this works. Will it work first time? Never normally does. No. Right, let's try again. Give us a minute. Turn that off. Turn it back on. Right, guess a minute, people. I know this ain't great TV. Drop a like on the video if you haven't already. That's not the love heart. That's the thumbs up. Oh, shit. Where is it? My eyes ain't working. Right, okay. Let's give it another go. It should work this time. Hello, mate. Right. Right, I'm going to have to call you back because... hello, I'm going to call you back because I haven't got you connected through my system yet. Hang on. Why the fuck ain't that working? Technology. Do you know what? I'm no better than fucking Graham Potter, am I? What happens if I turn that off and go to that? Is that gone? Yeah. Right. Hang on 1 minute. Let's try once more. See if that works. Right. Are you on? Yeah, according to that, you are. Let's give it another go. Oh, my God. Hello, mate. You're all right.
Hello. It took you... Hello.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I can't get you connected on me.
So like your manager on the team.
Exactly. Give me 2 minutes. I've got to get him on the call properly, everyone. So just bear with me. I'll call you back, mate, and I'll get you back on.
Okay.
Right. Sorry. Let me reboot my phone. Right. What the fuck? Why has that happened? Right. What were your thoughts on it? Or anyway, did you go? Happy? Did you go to the game today? I'm not sure whether you did or you didn't. You were supposed to be, weren't you? Right, hang on 1 minute. I'll try this once more, and if it don't work, what I'll do is I'll hold him up to the handset before you all drop off. There is some stuff he's going to want to talk about that you're probably going to want to hear. Well, in fact, I know you will. Right, let's phone me some first. No. Okay, I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, people. So tell me if you can hear me when I phone him back. So it's not going to be the best sound quality. I'll take my headphones off. It's not going to be the best sound quality, but I shall do my best. So...
Hello.
Hello, mate. You're all right. Right, so I'm going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, and I'm going to hold you up to the phone. Right, so if you can do a sound check for me. Testing.
Microphone check 1, 2, 3.
Can you all hear in the chat? Let me know before we get going. I'll just wait for the chat to refresh. Anyone? Can you hear? Yes? No?
Yeah.
You can, yeah? Okay. No one's responding. Unless my thing ain't refreshing. I don't know what's going on. I'm having a nightmare tonight. Right, ish. They're saying yes. Okay, mate, that's fine. So, did you watch a game tonight?
Yeah, I did watch the game.
What were your thoughts?
Well, I think it was positive. Yeah.
In what respect?
Well, if ever you wanted a game that showed the deficiencies that you need to solve, it was tonight.
Yeah, but we've only got about 5 days left.
Well, to be honest with you, there's a reason why the window closes at a certain time. That means until it closes, there's still opportunity to do things.
Yeah.
But, guys, tonight, if you wanted an illustration of a comparative analysis of the shortfalls of your team, this match tonight emphasizes all of the things that is wrong with your team.
Yeah.
So, I want to go through the key match statistics. Possession, Wolves had 51%. Of course, you had 49%.
Yeah.
Shots, Wolves had 19. You had 7. Shots on target, Wolves had 6. You had 4. Corners, Wolves have 7. Guess how many you had? 0.
0.
Fouls, which means aggression. Because a lot of people see fouls as negative, but fouls mean that you're actually trying to take the ball. Maybe sometimes you don't get it.
Yeah.
So fouls, Wolves 16, West Ham 9.
Yeah.
Yellow cards, Wolves 2, West Ham 1. Saves, Wolves keeper made 2 saves, West Ham's keeper made 3.
Yeah. Right. In
every department, you're inferior.
We are inferior. I've got to tell you, this is hot after a match reaction, right? So people in the chat, they're all West Ham. They're all they're dying with the stats. So can we get to the point? What is it you're trying to get to?
But guys, you saw tonight.
Yeah.
The difference between the two managers. You saw a team, for example, that started off before tonight with 2 matches and from a possible 6 points got 0.
Yeah.
You saw tonight a team that went behind and got an equalizer and still didn't look like they could win the match. And in fact, Wolves had majority of control of the match even when you scored.
Yeah.
What is more worrying is that you have a team in the position that you are, that when you're looking to your captain or the person that should be giving you energy or giving you solace or giving you motivation, he looks more destitute than you are on the pitch.
Yeah, no.
Now, guys, this is like a ship sinking and you look at the captain and he wants to jump off before everybody else gets the lifeboat. He
does look that when you look at Potter at the moment, he looks like a broken man, doesn't he?
I don't know what's going on, but I'm telling you now, in any kind of business, you need 2 things to be successful. You need ability and you need luck.
Yeah.
He has neither.
No, he hasn't. Whereas Moyes certainly did. He had luck on his side. That's the whole point. Yeah.
Every time you think David Moyes was going to get a bad result, somehow he pulls something out the bag.
Yeah.
This guy don't appear to even have a bag.
No, he's bagless. He is.
Yes.
So what do we do? Where do we go from here?
The point is really, I don't want to specify anything to do with owners or chairman. That's not my forte. I'm just telling you like it is.
Yeah.
Barcelona, even under Pep Guardiola, didn't have a very good defense.
No.
Brazil, for many years, dominated world football. Yes, won the World Cup on several occasions and reached many finals. Never had no defense.
No.
Why? Because when you concentrate too much on making defense, then your opposition don't have to worry about you, because all they have to do for 90 minutes is keep bombarding you, and no matter how good your defense or your goalkeeper is, one of those shots is going to go in.
100%. And look, I've been saying that myself for a long time, especially if you are, I don't know, if you are, I'll never understand it with cautious managers that seem to be, they care more about, not conceding than anything else, especially with the system that Potter's designed, which is to hold the ball in a really dangerous area of the fucking pitch where you're inviting the team to press you. So when you do inevitably lose that ball, it's going to be in a dangerous area. Whereas if you're attacking, you're keeping the ball away from your fucking goal by default.
It's not only that, guys. I particularly emphasize the Barcelona and Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil dominated the world by having Zico, Socrates, all those players all over the year after year after year, Josimar, all those players year after year. Didn't worry about defense. What was their strategy? You scored 20, we scored 21.
Yeah.
What was the strategy of Barcelona? Can you imagine Mascherano playing defense in England?
No, well.
But Mascherano, who played for West Ham, played defence for Barcelona.
He couldn't get in a team for West Ham. We played, I think it was Hayden Mullins in front of him, wasn't it? Was it Hayden Mullins?
What I'm saying, when you don't have a good defence,
yeah,
your strategy has to be attack is the best defence.
Yeah.
Therefore, if you don't have quick defenders and technical ability defenders, you have to get strikers that makes the opposition concerned about you, so that they have to think twice before attacking you.
Right. Everyone, just so that you know, there is a point to what SportsX is talking about here. For those that don't know, SportsX he's an agent, okay? He deals with West Ham, and some of the players that he's brought in the past are amazing. Some of the players that he's brought to West Ham that we've turned down, they're just mind-blowing. It's the same in this window. These are players that are being offered to West Ham at the moment in attacking positions. We know about one. I mean, the player that we spoke about the other night, the Brazilian player Pedro, since we spoke about Pedro, he scored another hat-trick. The geezer can't stop fucking scoring. That was a loan with an option. Whether that could still happen, we don't know. But what we're saying is, what all that West Ham are concentrating on in the market, it feels at the moment, are defensive players. They don't seem to see the requirement for attackers. They don't, do they?
Guys. Hello?
Hello. Go on, mate.
I want to say something. There was something that was emphasized tonight. The comparison between the two managers. The manager of Wolves made decisions that affected the game positively.
Yeah.
Invariably, including the Southampton game, which I think is the worst I've seen, you were leading 1-0 with few minutes to go before extra time, and you nearly lost the game. Had there been 2 more minutes or so, it is likely that Southampton would have got from 1-0 down to winning the match at least 2-1.
Yeah.
Tonight, for example, you saw the difference. Why you must get a quality young striker before the 6 days is up. Because when the back was against the wall, Pereira was able to bring on Strand Larson, who affected the game, scored 2 goals, and could have had a hat-trick. We brought on 2, basically, just came on to collect their appearance fees.
No. Well, Callum Wilson, he gets a 90 grand bonus whenever he comes on. And look, at the end of the day, I'm not going to blame those players, really, because in the system that they're playing, what are they going to score? What are they going to do in the way that we're playing? But can I ask you something quickly? I know you said we can't. I'm not going to mention the player, but I know what we're building up to here. But this is something that I think will get a little. It will really get some traction, and that is a player that you know that is on the table for West Ham. Do you want to mention the player?
Which one of them?
You know which one.
We're talking about the young player or the older player?
The young player.
Guys, I will never get credit for it.
Yep.
But I was the first guy behind the scouting of Luis Suarez, even before he came to Ajax. I was the guy behind the scouting of Gonzalo Higuain. I was the guy behind the scouting of Diego Milito. In fact, I was with Ozzy Ardiles and Ricky Villa when they were the managers of Racing Club in Buenos Aires when I tried to introduce this player to England. And in fact, the only person that nearly got him was a guy called Nicky Hammond, who was then the sporting director of Reading Football Club when they were in the Premier League under an owner called Majewski.
Yeah.
This player went on to be one of the most phenomenal goal scorers ever. So basically, really, I do have some qualification when I talk about strikers.
Yeah.
I may be shit, excuse my language, I may be crap at defenders because I like offensive-minded players.
Yeah.
I like to see players that move forward. I was also the guy who first introduced Kudus to the club.
Yes, he was, and by the way, Kudus and Alvarez as well.
Yes. Okay. Now, the bottom line is, guys, if you have a midfield, I'm going to talk about Alvarez now.
Yeah.
If you have a midfield,
no, but mate, they're all dying for this player now. Now we've said that. Can we say who it is?
Guys, there is a player that is the most similar in style to Sergio Aguero since I first saw Sergio Aguero. And this player is so good that he's now been drafted into the Brazil national team. He's the leading goal scorer in Brazil playing for Cruzeiro. And the name is Caio Jorge.
Go and have a look at him.
Go and look at him, then call back Nick.
Yeah, go and have a look at him. And these are the types of players that West Ham are offered. So when they say they can't sign players, it's bullshit.
No, unfortunately, and I'm going to have to call it, West Ham sign players from their chosen channels.
Yeah.
Okay? And it's not just West Ham, I'm afraid. We talk about PSR, but the reason why we're on PSR is because the reality is if clubs have £100 million, they spend it through the preferred agents, 99 million of it, and there are 101 million and they're in debt. The bottom line is none of the agents that are so-called aligned with all these clubs are doing the best interest for the fans or for the clubs. They're doing the best interest for themselves and their clients as players. None of them are offering you the best players when they're at their height of their game. They're offering them to you when they're on the decline.
What, like Callum Wilson?
Like Callum Wilson, let me name it, like Wan-Bissaka, like all of those players. When they are top of their game, those so-called agents that are super agents that you all like to align yourselves with is not bringing them to your club. They're bringing them to Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, Manchester City. They're not coming to your club. You're being used as some kind of fodder to bring these players in when they're on the decline. This must stop.
Just so you know, he's not talking to you. He's talking to the club through Claret Boots in a minute. But it does have to stop. 100%, it does. There's
guys. I'm not being funny. How comes when television revenue was 10 million, clubs lost money? 20 million, clubs lost money. 30 million, clubs lost money. 100 million, clubs lost money. Even when it becomes 1 billion, clubs will still be losing money.
It will.
The reason is because those parasites and sharks that you all like to align yourselves with as super agents are basically having third-party ownership and other ownership. They're lining their pockets with money to the expense of your clubs. And for some reason, I do not understand the contradiction that an owner would want to continue fueling these people at the expense of their club when there's no opportunity to get any kind of increased equity in your club if you behave like that.
And the thing is, you can hear the passion in X's voice here. He's constantly, relentlessly trying to help place good players because you see what a good agent will do, as I've found out. A true agent will look at the needs of a club. They'll look at a club and they'll say, "Oh, we need a striker, we need a midfielder." They'll look at the team, they'll look at what you've got, and they'll go and find the perfect piece because they pride themselves. This guy wouldn't have been in the industry for as long as he has unless it was nothing but reputation. The players that he's uncovered is unreal. And also, the team that we was playing today, there was a player in that team that we could have got in January, wasn't it, with Agbadou? We could have got him in January for not so much money. That got turned down. Strand Larsen, another one,
and Andre
and Andre and Arias.
Okay? Now, guys,
That's four of them. But because it isn't coming through the club's favoured channels, we don't even fucking look. Not interested.
unfortunately, football is too embroiled with yes people. Too embroiled with like yes people. They don't like me because I say it like it is. A spade is a spade. Black is black. White is white. It is never grey.
Yeah.
So when somebody like me won't toe the line, what we do? We get discarded.
Yeah.
But it's a foolish man who cuts off his own nose to spite his face. Guys, I am not only talking about West Ham here. Football, the entirety of football needs to change. If you have a son right now who has an aspiration to be an agent, it's pointless. Because unless you come from football and can introduce him to the old school time network on the closed door, he won't have opportunity to do nothing. Because he may have the best players, but unless he is able to funnel them through the chosen channels, he will not get them into your club or any club. He might as well have a driving license and park his car.
I know. Well, I think someone in the chat there, Jonathan, he said, it's a fair question. And I think you've answered it already, to be honest. Jonathan Boy says, why are you bothering with West Ham if you're getting no traction? And the fact is, they look, they do. When they're in a situation where, I'll tell you what it comes down to, from what I've been told, it's when things get desperate, in that sense, you know. I mean, for instance...
I have never answered that question.
No.
So I'm going to answer that question now.
Go on then.
You see... when I try to introduce certain players to West Ham, most agents or scouts will try to introduce them to clubs that are already in the Champions League or the Europa Cup or whatever. I have a different attitude. Sometimes when I'm trying to motivate a player, I will say to him, first and foremost, go to a club that loves you. My mom always tell me, don't go for the girl you love, go for the girl that loved you. One of my motivational things to players is, let me put it this way, I made an ambitious attempt to bring Lewandowski to West Ham.
Yeah.
I made an ambitious attempt to bring Mbappe to West Ham. I made an
These are tried and failed, but you do try.
Yes, of course, tried and failed. But the thing is, really, in life, you have to try something. The most important success in life is failure. Because if you don't try in the first place, you won't know if you can fail. Failure enables you to repeat the process the next time and get it better than it was the time before. So I don't understand how you can lose 2 matches and get 0 points from 6 points and do the same thing that you did the 2 matches before and nothing changes.
What you're saying is you should learn from your mistakes. Is what would normally happens in life. Yeah.
So I say to certain players, guys, why you say you wouldn't go to West Ham? No, I want to go to a team in the Champions League. Great, I understand that. But if you go to Manchester City and you won the Champions League, okay, maybe a bit different. They only won it once. Or if they won the league, they've won it several times. If you go to Real Madrid, they won it many times. Does that change anything for you? Does that leave your name indelibly in history with the club? No. But if you go to West Ham, a sleeping giant, and turn them from also runs into winning things, you will have your name set in history.
Yeah.
So I motivate people to look for the bigger picture, to try and do things that have not been done before. There's a reason why Johnny Cochran and the famous The Gloves Don't Fit got O.J. Simpson off, because he did something that other lawyers could not do. If you want to be the best lawyer, you have to do something that other lawyers do not do. If you want to be the best manager, you have to do something other managers do not do. If you want to be the best player, you have to take challenges that nobody else will do.
And breathe.
Guys, I feel like I'm preaching, but There are too many barriers to entry in this game.
You're frustrated, mate. Look, listen, and the thing is, guys, you don't realise this bloke is fucking phenomenal. I've been sort of mates with this chap now for absolute years, and he tries so fucking hard. He tries so hard, and you know, with West Ham, I'm talking about, you know. And it isn't just him. There's a network of people that he works with as well that have all got their own areas of specialism, and the way that they can sell a club. Like I said to you, when you were looking at Darwin Nunez and bringing him into West Ham before Liverpool, that was the right move. That was one Moyes didn't want him at the time, did he? That was a right move for him at the time, because coming to West Ham before Liverpool would have been the right step. Sometimes they go to the big club too soon. So, yeah, I don't know, but in terms of this window, all you can keep doing is doing what you're doing, throwing these players.
There's one other thing. There's one other thing that I am very concerned about.
Go on.
I know you often level the fact that the players are being recruited by the owner.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, then I could find an excuse to why you buy the kind of players that you buy. But I do not believe that a club, even during the reign of Tim Stuyton, if you're bringing in a sporting director, then that sporting director needs to identify the exact type and characteristics and attributes of a particular player in a particular position that he's looking for.
Yep.
So you would expect somebody, for example, if it was true that the owner was selecting the players, that he would have more of a scattergun approach than an expert in the field of recruiting players, which is what a sporting director should do. So please, guys, can you explain to me how in this window, just taking one position as an example, how you've made 20, allegedly, at least 20 offers for 20 different players, and no two of them are the same?
No,
Do you want a BMW or a BMW? You have to decide. You can't have a VW today, a Skoda tomorrow, a Tesla the next day. Really, what car do you want?
Yeah, see, this is the thing. This is what's bothered me, and it's always been the way with West Ham. And I think what you're obviously, I'll say it, what you're referring to at the moment is the guy that's working with Potter at the moment. That is Macaulay. Whether all of these targets that we're linked with are coming from Macaulay, though, we don't know. Because as you know, Macaulay's going to have his list. You're going to have Sullivan's people that work with him, passing him their players. So we get linked to a multitude of different players through that way, I think. I honestly do.
Fine. But even if two different people are offering two different lists of players, you have to pick from each list any two players from either list that are of the characteristics you want. You can't be picking a left foot striker when you want a right foot striker.
No.
Guys, there are still 6 days to go. And I made the joke the last time that Jesus was resurrected for those who believe in Christianity within 3 days. So there's still time for life to be kicked back into the club.
Oh my God, do we need it? I mean, it's desperate now. Can I ask you something just very quickly? Look at West Ham from the outside, based on what you saw tonight. Forget the manager. What do you think that West Ham need at a minimum in this window in terms of positions to cover?
First, a manager.
Manager first.
Yes, a manager first, and a manager that can garner the respect of players.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, we need to understand that West Ham has a basic and most fundamental lacking. Lacks pace. West Ham don't have pace. Yeah. And West Ham particularly doesn't have recovery pace in defense.
No.
So if you bypass the defense, there's a likelihood that you are in on your goalkeeper. I don't care if you put all your goalkeepers in the goal for 90 minutes. If you keep playing the way you're playing and the team can attack, they will find a way to stick the ball between one of those goalkeepers' legs and still score.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, because you know what's been a common theme throughout Potter's reign in particular, whenever we lose, it's down to an individual error. But because I've always called this out, I've said the way that we play is individual errors by design because we invite pressure. If you invite pressure, you're going to get errors. And if you're doing most of your football in your defensive third, they're going to be critical errors. They are. They're going to lead to goal scoring opportunities. They're going to lead to goals.
Guys, when we talk about, for example, bringing in VAR and bringing in technology to minimize the amount of mistakes that are made, it doesn't matter what you bring in. If you bring in something that totally negates any faults or any mistakes, then you're going to have another complaint because you're going to have nil-nil games every week.
Yeah.
So
I'm just going to answer two of them, right? So I'll name one. I'll name one off the bat. One of my favourites, Manuel Lanzini. Players from SportsX in the past. So I've just given them one. Manuel Lanzini.
Guys, I'm going to say to you finally, the problem in football is not unique to West Ham. The problem that causes PSR, and PSR in itself is also a fallacy. Honestly, we'll address that another day. But that's a fallacy. That's a way of keeping the status quo and making those that are already rich in football remain rich. It's not to look after the interests of any club, I'm afraid. Yes, but we'll go into that another day. But the fact is, really, there needs to be more openness in the kind of people. I'm not talking about ourselves. I don't care about myself because the truth is, a lot of people don't understand. Hello?
Yeah, go on. I can hear you.
Well, a lot of people
I got told off for cutting you off last time, so I'm letting you talk.
A lot of people don't understand. To be successful, you have to allow other people to be successful. You cannot be successful in your own right in a community if everybody else is around you is poor. Because even if you have the best supermarket and everybody is poor, you can't sell anything.
Yeah.
So when I talk about football, I'm not talking. I happen to have this platform, and you're a West Ham fan, so it gives me the platform to talk through your channel. But my thing is not about West Ham. I'm not a West Ham fan. My thing is to get across to the people that fans are being cheated out of the best players. Fans are having their club put into financial situations because of their alliance with so-called super agents. Fans are having their pants pulled down on owners because of their alignment with this superficiality about they have to align themselves with the so-called next big name. The big name isn't giving you what you want. You have to go to those who give you what you want, not what they want.
Yeah.
And guys, the system, FIFA, UEFA, FA, all are responsible for what is happening to the clubs individually. Because they sit back and they make rules and talk about you shouldn't have third-party owners. But the only time they intervene in third-party ownership is when it's the small agents, not the so-called super agents. Please, can you explain to me how, for example, a reported transfer of about 90 million for Pogba ended up revealing an agent's fee of more than 40 million pounds, on which Sunday school calculator or high school calculator or primary school calculator, 10% of 90 million is 40.
Yeah, I know.
So guys, I'm saying this. I'm old now, but we need to open the doors. And it doesn't matter about color. It's about the whole preferentialism need to stop.
Yeah.
If we want to make our game successful, we need to open the door so that all aspects and resources and available sources of players can be presented to your club, because then you don't have to pay for the very few players that are made available artificially. That's all I'm going to say.
And just to close on one of my favourite quotes that you've come out with before, correct me if I get this wrong. X said on one of our previous shows, to put it in a nutshell, if X came to West Ham with prime Lionel Messi for, let's say, 10 million, West Ham would rather sign Lionel Mess up for 20 million from a preferential agent. Would you say that's correct?
That's absolutely true. And the truth is, really, most people Most people, because they don't want to be castigated, won't come out and say the things I'm saying. Because everybody, you watch, for example, managers after every game, they all sound the same, like they're reading from a script.
Yeah.
And you know when you know they're lying?
Because their lips move.
No, because they're always scratching their ears and there's nothing on it.
Yeah.
Look at every manager that speaks crap after a game. I don't want my manager at the end of the game to tell me that player X lost the ball in midfield and because he lost it, player Y from the other team took it to school. I can see that myself.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm trying to change things, not for myself, but for our future. The future of our clubs, the future of our kids, the future of other kids that come from high school and have aspirations to be agents. Because even if they have the truckload of the best players, they're not even going to get the number to call the training ground.
No.
They're not going to get the number to call anybody. We need to stop this. This needs to stop. This is apartheid, really.
Because well, the thing is, because you know what else it is as well. It isn't just agents as well. It's the players. It's there are some excellent players that are not going to get the opportunities that they deserve as well.
Listen, there are players that are playing in the Premier League that are not even as good as players in the lower divisions. It's because certain players... You remember that famous player that played for Manchester United by the name of Bebe?
Yeah.
Listen to me. If there is a worst striker ever played in the Premier League, tell me who he is.
There's not.
But because his agent is a high-profile agent, he's able to get him in. We're having doors open to players that are not good enough only because of the relationships they have. We have clubs that are making offers for players through agents who have no interest in your club, but because of the relationship they have. We have players that are earning 128 and 130,000 pounds a week for nothing.
We've got them at West Ham. We're the perfect shining example. But anyway, I'll tell you what, X, I think what we've done is I think we've said enough tonight because I'm going to wrap up. I've got to go to bed shortly. This was absolutely brilliant. You've got your message through loud and clear.
Guys.
You really have.
Guys, on the 6th day of... You need to get this. On the 5th day of transfer, when you need to get that, you have 6 days. Like counting down to Christmas.
Well,
to get what you want.
And the thing is, this man could be Santa Claus to West Ham if he was just well, do you know, and the thing is, like you said before, it isn't just you either. They need to open the doors. They need to level the playing field. We want to be seeing the best players at West Ham for the best value. We don't want to be hearing the stories that we've heard in this window. Oh, you know, we can't spend any money at the moment because we're skint, because we spent 140 million on shit in the last summer. Well, they didn't need to spend 140 million pound on shit, did they? They didn't have to, you know. But anyway, X, it's been fantastic chatting to you, mate. Thank you very much.
Good night to everyone. God bless you.
Cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Right. I really appreciate him doing that as well because, look, in the position that he's in, he has got to be careful. You know, he really has. But he's just frustrated now. Frustrated. He gets so excited when he uncovers a player. Honestly, I'll get phone calls from him, and he starts visualising them in the shirt, what they're going to do. He's got the passion that people at the club should have, you know. And because what he wants to see is not just to bring a player in, but he wants to see the success of that player afterwards. That's the benefit that somebody that's good at their job will feel. It isn't just getting a deal done and signed off. He wants to bring them in and see it blossom and see it happen. And the players that he's brought into us is ridiculous. The list of players that he's offered and have been turned down is obscene. It's obscene. But Kaio George, everyone, is the latest one. But apparently, we don't need attackers because we haven't got any problem scoring goals. It's conceding that we've got an issue. Right, so I've got a message from Gio here that came mid-chat. What's this? If I send you something, you can't... Well, Gio, send it to me then. You ain't sent it. Right, okay, send it. Gio, send it. I won't say. I won't. Come on, then. Hurry up. I'm waiting. This better be good. Right, here it comes. Right. Okay. Do you know what the funny thing is? I've had the same message on the same platform. This is somebody that recently quite influential at West Ham, saying it's so hard to watch the games and the direction the club is going to. I'm so sorry for you guys. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I can't say who it's from, but but yeah, it's somebody that you would imagine would be, to be honest, rubbing his hands together at the way that we're flopping with the way that he was recently treated. But yeah, it's shocking, the situation that we're in. Thank you everyone tonight for watching. Anyway, I hope that came through loud and clear from X. That was a bit of a turbo option from him. There's 6 days. There's 6 days left, isn't there? And he wants to help us get some decent players over the line. The players that we're being linked with at the moment, there's no direction. There's nothing at all. And that is a level of player that we could be getting in. There's, if I was to get, I could do this. I could do what I did in January. I could do the player links. I could have done that all window. I just haven't done it because everyone that I mentioned in January fucking never happened anyway, because they slammed the door on everyone, on every fucking player. So I'm refusing. Plus, I don't think it helps if, honestly, I think if we're linked with a player, especially players like that, that we've just revealed in this show, I don't think it really does help, because if there's other clubs that are in the market, you are alerting them to them as well. So it's always better if you just get deals done. So for me, yeah, that's fine. No, Potter isn't sacked. He ain't going to be sacked yet, is he? He's not. No, I can't say who it is. I can't. All I can say to Gio is I've had the same message. Yeah. He must be a little bit smug with what's going on. I would be. Fucking hell. Right. Don't forget, everyone, drop a like on the video. X, thanks, mate. You're a superstar. That was brilliant tonight. You always do me head in with the stats so at the start, but get past the stats. It's brilliant. But he likes to lay the foundations. He's a methodical man. He is. And yeah, where do we go from here? Where do West Ham go from here? Do we? What I mean, now, what do you do now? Do you keep him? Do you keep Potter in this job until Nottingham Forest? Do you? We've got 6 days left. Do you? We're gonna get beat. So we're gonna get walloped, not just beat, because that Wolves team that we started against was their fucking B team. That's the other worst team in the Premier League. And the second they put on some of their better players and the intensity turned up, fuck me. It was ridiculous. It just blew us away. And we just sat back, we regressed, and Potter did nothing. No reaction. You could see it was coming. The goal was coming, but he does nothing. He reacts afterwards. He throws on Fulkrug and Wilson. Too little, too late. You can't. They can't keep him here. As far as I'm concerned now, he's done. Right? He's done. He's getting sacked. If they keep him here until the Nottingham Forest game, all they're doing is preventing another manager coming in and maybe influencing what they want to do in this window, because they don't want to spend on anyone that they don't want to spend on, via anyone that they don't want to spend through, via their preferential agents. I don't want anyone fucking, pissing on their chips. But I'll tell you what is going to piss on your chips, Sullivan. Getting relegated. And I don't care what anyone says, he doesn't think we're going to get relegated. He thinks that he can do what he wants, he can make it up as he goes along, and we will still remain in the league. That's what he thinks. I think you're going to have a rude awakening this year. I think all your chickens are going to come home to roost at once, and your golden nest egg, which is what West Ham is going to be worth fuck all. Because what have we got? We've got a rented stadium. You're getting rid of all of our assets on the pitch. The ones that are here are being constantly degraded. They're worth less than what we paid for them because you've got dickhead managers that devalue players. We haven't even, we don't, I mean, the training ground, that's mortgaged up to the hill. What have we got? What are you selling? What are you selling if it's not Premier League TV money? You've alienated the fan base. You have. Speak to anyone that went to that game the other day. I spoke to loads all over the stadium. That was all surrounded by tourists, fair weather fans that will not be there if we get relegated. They're Premier League supporters. You've literally alienated the core of the West Ham fan base, one of the most loyal fan bases in the world that have supported this team through thick and thin, because we've won fuck all really in most of our lifetimes, and we've always supported them throughout all the divisions. Wherever we've been, we've done it. But you have completely and utterly pissed shit and ripped this fucking fan base up, and that was probably the last thing. I mean, we are still there, but not under you, we're not. I'm not. And I know there's loads that ain't. There's almost 30,000 fans that got a season ticket in the first season at that London stadium that now no longer go. That's approaching the capacity of Upton Park. What the fuck does that tell you? You took United off of the badge. Why'd you do that? Because we're not West Ham United anymore. You wanted to divide us, split us up and build something new, something plastic, something shit, something where you can just get loads of people over there that don't cause you any bother, that ain't going to complain, that will just put up with whatever you fucking put on. Well, do you know what? Like I've just said, you're going to be begging and pleading for the fans that you've ostracised to come back if we get relegated. You're going to need us again. You will. And we're not going to be there for you, mate. We'll come back once you fucked off. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm off my soapbox. Speak to you in a bit. Come on, your ones. Drop a like on the video before you go.